Okay, class, picking up where we left off. We're on Objective 4, identify equations with no solution or infinitely many solutions. A conditional equation is sometimes true and sometimes false, depending on which values are substituted for the variable. A conditional linear equation in one variable will have one solution. If an equation does not have any solutions, we call the equation inconsistent and say that this type of equation has no solution. An equation that is true for all possible values of the variable is called an identity. We say that this type of equation has all real numbers as solutions. And now we go down to example 4. It says solve each equation. State whether the equation is inconsistent or an identity. So now we combine like terms here. 3x minus 7x is a negative 4x. Plus 2 is equal to 5x minus 9x is a negative 4x plus 8. Now, what we could do is this here. Let's move all the x's to one side. So we're going to move this x to the right over to the left. So we will add 4x on both sides. Now, negative 4x plus 4x is 0. Plus 2 is 2. And that's equal to negative 4x plus 4x is 0. Plus 8 is 8. And we know 2 is not equal to 8. So it's no solution and inconsistent. Here, let's look at B. Now we can multiply. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 4 is 8. And that equals 2. We combine like terms. 4x minus 2x is 2x. And 5 plus 3 is 8. Now we can subtract 2x on both sides. And we will have 8 is equal to 8. So it's all real numbers and an identity. Now I want to show you something. I want to go back up here to example A. Now, if you notice here, before we added 4x on both sides, if you notice that we had the exact same number and variable on both sides. We had negative 4x and negative 4x. We know by looking at this equation, there's no way negative 4x plus 2 will equal negative 4x plus 8. That is a quick hint to let you know that it'll be no solution and inconsistent, but you still must show the work. And as a matter of fact, so you won't think this is division, I'm just going to circle this here to let you see that these two values are the same. Now, when we come down here to B, if you notice, before we even subtracted 2x on both sides, on the left side, we had 2x plus 8. And on the right side, we had the exact same thing. When you have two sides of the equation equal to each other, that should tip you off that it's all real numbers and an identity. Now, we go here to objective 5. It says solve applied problems using formulas. The formula P equals 15 plus 5D over 11 describes the pressure of seawater P in pounds per square foot at a depth of D feet below the surface. The record depth for breath held diving by Francisco Ferraris, Cuba, off Grand Bahama Island in November 14, 1993 involved pressure of 201 pounds per square foot. Use the formula to determine the depth to which Ferraris descended. So we will have P is equal to 15 plus 5D all over 11. Now we're trying to find D, but we're given the pressure. The pressure is 201 pounds per square foot is equal to 15 plus 5D over 11. Now the first thing we should do is subtract 15 on both sides. Now we know we cannot subtract 5 from 1 and we cannot borrow from 0. So we'll take 1 from this 2 and the 0 will become 10. We'll take 1 away from this. This is 9, and this 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 5 is 6, and 9 minus 1 is 8. And this 86 is equal to 5d over 11. Now, we're going to multiply each side by 11 to get d by itself. So we'll multiply each side by 11. And this is actually to get rid of the denominator. So on our right side, we will have 5d. And then we would take 86 times 11, which would give us 946. So now we have 946 is equal to 5d. And we can divide each side by 5. We'll scroll down here. Now, before I divide this by 5, let's go back here so I can prove to you how we get 946. You would take 86 times 11. 1 times 6 is 6, and 1 times 8 is 8. Bring down our 0. 1 times 6 is 6, and 1 times 8 is 8. So we would add 6 plus 0 is 6, 8 plus 6 is 14, carry a 1, and 1 plus 8 is 9. So that's how we get our 946 over 5. Now these 5s will simplify out, and now we would take 5 into 946, and I'll put 0.0. 5 goes into 9 once. So you add 9 minus 5, which is 4. You bring down your 4. 5 goes into 44 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40. 44 minus 40 is 4. Bring down your 6. 5 goes into 46 9 times. 9 times 5 is 45. 46 minus 45 is 1. Bring down this 0. 5 goes into 10 twice. We subtract 10, and we're left with no remainder. So our answer here is 189.2 feet. It's 189.2 feet is the depth. And that is our final answer.